Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into a really old story, but one that asks a question that feels, well, super modern. Is there one single path, just one key, that unlocks a truly free and peaceful mind?
So, this question, it's not new. In fact, it's the exact question a wealthy guy named Dasama posed to a wise teacher, Ananda, almost 2,500 years ago. Talk about timeless, right? He was on a mission, looking for that one single practice, that one key that would just unlock everything for him. All right, so let's follow along with Dasama on this quest. What's cool about it is that this isn't a journey for more money or status. Nope, he's after a single, simple answer to something we all grapple with. This messy, complex thing we call human suffering. So let's paint a picture of this guy, Dasama. He's a successful citizen, a householder from a big, bustling city. You get the sense he's a real go-getter, a man who knows how to make things happen in the material world. But his most important business wasn't business at all. His real mission was to track down this teacher, Ananda, for something he knew was way more valuable than anything he owned: mental clarity. Okay, so this is where the story gets really interesting. It takes a turn you might not expect. See, Dasama goes in asking for just one door. One simple, straightforward instruction. But the answer he gets? Well, it's way more rich, and honestly, probably a little confusing at first.
You can just imagine him, right? He wanted one clear, unambiguous path, just one technique he could pour all his energy into, confident that it was the one, the right way. He was looking for what the ancient text calls the supreme sanctuary from the yoke, which is just a beautiful way of saying freedom from all those burdens that weigh us all down.
But Ananda's reply? Yeah, it wasn't what Dasama was expecting at all. He starts by saying, "Yep, there is such a path." And you can imagine Dasama leaning in, and then Ananda says that the Buddha didn't teach just one door to freedom. He taught 11. 11 different doors. 11. I mean, can you imagine? You ask for one simple key and you get a whole key ring. You could almost feel Dasama's head spinning. That sounds completely overwhelming, not simple at all. But thankfully, we can make sense of this. These 11 practices, they actually group together pretty neatly into 3 main pathways.
Okay, so the first path is what we can call the path of deep focus. Just think about that state of total mental absorption, when you're completely in the zone. That's the vibe. The second is the path of the open heart. This one's all about actively growing these huge, boundless positive emotions, like love and compassion, and sending them out to everyone. And then there's the third path, the path beyond form. This is where things get a little cosmic. It's about exploring consciousness itself, way beyond the normal limits of our 5 senses.
So let's break that down a bit more. That deep focus path, that covers 4 distinct states of deep meditative absorption. Then you've got the open heart path. That includes not just spreading love and compassion, but also celebrating when other people are happy and staying balanced and steady through it all. That's equanimity. And finally, that beyond form path. Ma'am, this is where we get into some mind-bending stuff. We're talking about exploring infinite space, infinite consciousness, and even something called the dimension of nothingness. The big point Ananda was making is that any one of these could be your door to freedom. Okay, but this brings up a really important question, doesn't it? I mean, if these doors are all so wildly different, we're going from deep focus to boundless love, all the way to, well, nothingness, then what's the one thing they all have in common? What's the master key that unlocks every single one of them?
And this is the real secret sauce of the whole story. The master key isn't about achieving some perfect, sublime state and then desperately trying to hold on to it forever. No, the real key is something much deeper. It's about understanding the fundamental nature of whatever experience you're having.
This is so important. Listen to this. After describing every single one of the 11 doors, Ananda adds the exact same line. For each one, he says, you have to realize that this amazing state, it's produced by choices and intentions. And because of that, it's impermanent. That right there, that single insight, The understanding that everything we build up in our minds eventually has to come down, that's the real thing that sets you free. So here's the bottom line. You can have these incredible experiences of bliss or boundless love or infinite space. That's great. But true, lasting freedom, that comes from seeing that even those amazing states are constructed. They're built, they arise, and then they pass away. And when you really see that, you naturally stop clinging so tightly to them. And that letting go, that is liberation.
So what about Dasama? How did he take all this? You'd think he'd be frustrated, right? He came looking for one answer and got 11. But no, not at all. He was actually overjoyed. And the way he explained his relief, using these two simple but really powerful analogies, it just completely reframes the whole thing. First, he goes, "It's like I was searching for one door into a treasure vault, and suddenly I stumbled across 11 entrances." I mean, great problem to have, right? But then he gives this second analogy, and it's even more powerful. He says, "Look, it's like my house is on fire. If your house is on fire and it has 11 doors, you're not going to stand there and debate which door is the most aesthetically pleasing or philosophically sound. No way. You're just incredibly grateful there are 11 ways to escape the flames of suffering."
And that right there is just such a beautiful takeaway from this whole story. The path to a peaceful mind, to freedom from all the stuff that causes us pain, it's not some single narrow little gate that only a select few can squeeze through. It's more like a huge open field with gates all around it. There's no single right way. There are just many, many valid doors.
You can hear the total shift in his final words. It's amazing. He came looking for the certainty of one single path, but he left with something so much better, the profound gratitude for the freedom of choice. He got it. He realized that any one of these doors could lead him to safety. And so that really just leaves us with a question to ponder for ourselves, doesn't it? If your house was on fire, which of these 11 doors would you run to first? The story seems to be saying that our own temperament, our own personality really matters here. Are you someone who's drawn to deep, unshakable focus? Or maybe to cultivating a wide open heart? Or are you curious about that formless, cosmic inquiry? In the end, it seems the challenge isn't about finding the one best door out there. It's about finding the door that opens for you.